My name's Leo. I'm 34, and I wasn't planning to spill my guts like this, but after the circus that was my brother's wedding, I need to get this off my chest before it festers like last week's tacos. My younger brother, Ethan, 31, is the kind of guy who could charm a seagull out of its fish taco. Successful, slick, and the family's golden boy, he's been skating through life while I, the quieter one, play the fixer, the planner, the guy who covers the bill when mom and dad's wallet starts coughing dust. Yet somehow, I'm always the extra in everyone else's Oscar-worthy life movie. Growing up in the sunny, taco truck-lined streets of Miami, Ethan and I were like oil and water. He'd break stuff, like my prize skateboard, and pin it on me. I'd take the fall to keep the peace, earning a parental sigh and a Leo, "You're older," set the example. So I did. When Ethan borrowed my beat-up Honda at 17 and sideswiped a mailbox fleeing a beach party, I ate the insurance hike. Didn't snitch. At 21, when he called from a holding cell for trying to swipe a bottle of Versace cologne for his fling of the week, guess who bailed him out? Yep, Leo the Silent Saint. Fast forward to now. Ethan's tying the knot with Sofia, a woman I've met a handful of times over 2 years. Let's just say we didn't vibe. She's all designer shades and half-lidded eyes, like she's auditioning for a reality show and you're not worth her screen time. She once called my logistics job adorable. I kept my distance, but still RSVP'd to the wedding. I even hooked Ethan up with a killer caterer I'd worked with, tacos and empanadas that could make you cry happy tears. No best man dreams here, but I figured I'd at least get a seat that didn't scream afterthought. The wedding was at this bougie beachside venue in Key Biscayne with palm trees strung with fairy lights and the ocean sparkling like it was hired for the occasion. Pure Instagram gold. I rolled up early with a gift. A custom-engraved cocktail shaker set with their initials and date. Not Rolex level, but tasteful, something they could use at their swanky rooftop parties. At the check-in table, a clipboard-wielding coordinator flashed a smile tighter than skinny jeans. "Leo, right?" I nodded. She squinted at her list. "You're down as a +1. I blanked. "Excuse me." She pointed to a folding chair by the kitchen entrance. "Since you're solo, we put you there. Would have been different with a guest." My stomach did a salsa flip. "I'm his brother." Her eyes widened. "Oh shoot, that's gotta be a mix-up." Before she could bolt, Sofia glided over, her white dress screaming, "I cost more than your car." "Leo, so glad you made it," she said, my name sounding like it left a bad taste. I mentioned the seating. "Hope it's cool. Space was tight, you know." I stared. "You put me by the kitchen?" She laughed, a tinkly sound like breaking glass. "Not in the kitchen, silly, just nearby. +1s, you get it. We had to save spots for close friends and family." No shade, right? I peeked past her. Tables draped in linen, candles flickering like a rom-com set, guests sipping mojitos. My uncle, who hadn't called Ethan in a decade, was front and center. My cousin Diego, who once borrowed Grandma's bingo winnings, had a prime spot. Then I saw her, my ex, Camila, 2 tables from the head, giggling over a piña colada. Ethan introduced us 5 years ago. When we split, they stayed buddies. Of course, she got a seat. Sofia caught my glance. "Oh, Camila?" "Yeah, she's been so supportive." "You don't mind, do you?" I didn't answer, just nodded like a bobblehead and shuffled to my assigned chair. A wobbly fold-out by a swinging door where servers zoomed past, trays of ceviche and burnt plantains nearly clipping my head. It was hot, loud, and smelled like a fish market at noon. I sat for a sec, watching the party kick off. Music blared. Ethan and Sofia made their grand entrance, and everyone clapped like they'd just won the World Cup. Ethan whispered something to Camila as they passed, her smile brighter than the venue's chandelier. My gift sat ignored on a pile of boxes. Then I stood, grabbed the shaker set, and headed for the exit. Sofia spotted me mid-dance floor. "Leo, where you going?" she called. I turned, the room hushing just enough. +1s bouncing. A gasp or two, maybe a chuckle. I didn't care. I strolled out, slow and steady, like I was leaving a bad movie. In the parking lot, Ethan jogged after me, his tux jacket flapping like a panicked bird. "Leo, dude, what's that about?" "It's my wedding." I faced him. "You let her stick me by the kitchen." He fumbled. "I didn't." Sofia did the chart. "It's not a big deal, right?" I shook my head. Not a big deal. You gave Camila a better seat than your brother. He scratched his neck, looking like a kid caught stealing cookies. We didn't want drama with you and her in the same room. Drama? I echoed. You mean me existing? He went quiet. That silence cracked something in me, or maybe it glued something back together. I didn't yell or chuck the gift. I just got in my car and drove off, leaving him in the gravel, half waving, half dazed, like he didn't know whether to be mad or mortified. I didn't head home. I cruised with the windows down, the salty Miami air cooling my temper better than any AC could. I ended up at a quiet spot by South Beach, where the city lights glittered like a disco ball over the water. I parked, sat in silence, and let it sink in. Not just the wedding, but years of playing the fall guy, the bank, the invisible brother in a family that treated me like a prop. Right there, I decided, no more swallowing disrespect to keep the peace. I ignored Ethan's text that night. The next morning, and Sofia's gem. Hey, sorry for the mix-up. Hope you're not still mad. Let's move on. Yeah, no reply. But I did open my laptop. I'm in logistics and event coordination. Think crisis management, vendor wrangling, and tracking for big shindigs. That caterer Ethan used? My connect. I'd help their business boom. So I called their manager, Carla, a no-nonsense queen who'd thank me post-wedding for the hookup. I laid it out. I was disrespected, not just a +1, and I was rethinking my referrals. She paused, then dropped a bomb. They shorted the deposit, changed the guest list last minute, and made us scramble. If you hadn't smoothed things over, we'd have tanked. I'm sorry they did you dirty. That was gold. Receipts, contracts, leverage. I didn't go full supervillain. I'm more of a slow-cooked barbacoa guy. First, I canceled the bonus gift I'd ordered, a set of artisanal tequila glasses to match the shaker, meant for their condo. Redirected it to my place. I'm toasting with them now. Then I called the wedding photographer, a buddy who owed me for past gigs. I told him to drop the friends and family discount for Ethan and Sofia. He got it, no questions. I was snipping strings, quiet but sharp. The real kicker came a week later. Ethan emailed, subject, need a favor. Classic. They'd scored a 3-week Bali trip from Sofia's rich uncle, but botched their passports, needing last-minute renewals, flight rebooks, and villa transfers. You're the logistics guy, Leo. Please, man. No sorry, no mention of the wedding. I stared at the screen, then drafted, hey, Ethan, love to help, but this +1's booked out. Good luck. I didn't send it. Instead, I forwarded the email to my colleague Maria, who handles VIP travel logistics. Not to help, to blacklist them. Petty? Sure. Satisfying? Like a perfect al pastor taco. 2 days later, Ethan texted, sounding like his world was imploding. Did you tell Maria to block us? She called us non-clients. We're stuck in Singapore, flights canceled, villa won't refund. Sofia's losing it. What's her deal? I didn't reply. I was at a Cuban diner, savoring a cortadito when Sofia called. I let it ring. Her voicemail was a masterpiece. Leo, I don't know what your problem is, but Ethan's a mess. If this is about the wedding, grow up. You made your point. Fix it. I laughed so hard the waiter checked on me. I didn't fix it. I waited. The real chaos was brewing. That catering invoice? They'd underpaid, fudged the guest count, and swapped dietary needs post-deadline, triggering a 25% penalty clause. Carla, fed up, filed a complaint with the venue, sparking a domino effect of fees. The bartender, also shorted, followed suit. Suddenly, Ethan and Sofia were staring at thousands in penalties and lost deposits, all because they tried to cheap out and cut me out. 2 weeks later, I got tagged in wedding pics on Instagram. A cousin posted, "Epic night. Congrats Ethan and Sofia." I clicked. 83 photos, and I'm in one, a blurry sliver of my head by the kitchen. No family shots, no toasts, no mention in the caption praising everyone who made it magical. But Camila? Tagged, commenting, heart eyes emoji. It wasn't a mistake, it was a choice. So I made one too. I posted a slideshow, me setting up tables, chatting with the caterer, fixing a floral arch. I included a screenshot of Sofia's seating chart. My name marked +1, Ethan's brother. Caption, helped plan the wedding, scored the caterer a deal, showed up early. Got seated by the kitchen as a plus one. Bride said I'd understand, so I left. They asked for help weeks later. I said no. Apparently, that's petty. It blew up in our circle, shares, comments, DMs from old friends, even family. My cousin Mia wrote, I knew something was wrong. You looked off. I'm sorry. 2 days later, Ethan left a voicemail, nervous. Sophia's mom saw your post, and Sophia's freaking out. Her boss follows you, man. She says take it down. I listened thrice, grinning. I didn't delete it. I posted again. Asked to remove my last post because the truth hurt someone's image. I'll delete it if it's not 100% true. I've been quiet too long. No more. No names, just facts. Screenshots don't lie. Sophia's boss didn't comment. But a friend sent me a Slack screenshot, a company memo about upholding respectful conduct and how perception shapes character. Ouch. Then Sophia's mom called, leaving a 3-minute rant about family reputation and how I'd regret making a fuss over a chair. A chair that showed they still didn't get it. It was years of being sidelined. Ethan tried a family group chat. Let's clear the air. Social media dramas overblown. Let's move on. I replied, happy to move on when you own your actions, not call consequences drama. My aunt chimed in. Why was Leo in the back? I thought he was helping the caterer. A cousin added, didn't know you were treated like that. Ethan's narrative crumbled. He left the chat. Sofia blocked me. 3 weeks later, a handwritten letter arrived, cream envelope, no return address. Inside, Ethan wrote, Leo, I didn't see it then, but I do now. I let Sofia run the show because I thought peace mattered more than standing up for you. You've always had my back, and I made you invisible in my wedding. I don't expect forgiveness, but thank you, and I'm sorry. No excuses, no ass. I sat on my desk, unready to respond. Sometimes, the best revenge is letting people stew in their own mess, realizing who held it all together. I let the letter sit for a week, weighing it like a bad taco order. It wasn't just the apology. It was the first time Ethan owned his screw-up without dodging. But this wasn't about one day. It was decades of being the fixer while he played star. I wasn't bitter. I was clear. I needed to redefine our relationship and family on my terms. Thanksgiving hit, hosted at my parents' Coral Gables house. Turkey, arroz con pollo, the works. Mom called, begging me to come. No drama, Leo, please. I went, not to play nice, but to face the music. The vibe was off. Cousins nodded. My uncle avoided eye contact. Ethan was there, setting up chairs, San Sofia. Mom whispered she had other plans, code for dodging the fallout. Ethan froze when he saw me, then waved stiffly. At dinner, he was quiet, laughing too loud at bad jokes, glancing at me like I held a detonator. I gave nothing back. Post-dessert, in the kitchen, he cornered me. Thanks for coming. I nodded. Thanks for the letter. He exhaled, hopeful. I meant it. I was an idiot. You were. I said, no sugar. He flinched but stayed put. I thought we could go back to normal. I crossed my arms. Normal was me bailing you out while you forgot my birthday. Normal was a kitchen seat at your wedding. What's normal, Ethan? He sighed. I know. I don't want that anymore. You don't get to want, I said. You, Thurn. No more fixer. No more afterthought. He nodded, slower. What do I do? Show up. Consistently. Stop centering yourself. Own your mess without me prompting. He didn't argue, didn't joke. He just stood there, letting the truth settle. Progress. Over months, Ethan tried. Small texts, no asks. How's work? Saw a taco truck you'd like. Then he showed up at my place with cafe, con leche, and pastelitos. No agenda. We watched a Heat game, talked jobs, didn't touch the wedding. I didn't trust him fully, but I met him halfway. Sofia? Radio silence. Word was she lost friends post-wedding, her perfect image tarnished. By spring, they were taking space, tensions from Bali and my stand exposing cracks. Ethan said over lunch, I chased everyone's approval and lost who I was. Sofia loved the Instagram me, not the guy eating cold empanadas at 2 a.m. I nodded, staying out of it. That summer, Ethan threw a low-key birthday cookout. Burgers, beers, no frills. He handed me the grill tongs. Your domain, right? No big speech, just real. As the night wound down, he raised his beer. To Leo, for showing me what a brother is, even when I didn't earn it. I clink bottles. Took you long enough. Everyone laughed. Forgiveness isn't erasing the past. It's picking who gets your future. That cocktail shaker? It's in my cabinet, pouring drinks for nights that matter, finally used right.